Well, joining us live is Subrata Roy Sahara, chief of the Sahara Group. He's been in the news over the last few days after the decision of Sahara to withdraw from the IPL, on the IPL fixing controversy and other differences that he's had with the BCCI. Mr. Subrata Roy Sahara, I think the time has now come for you to be candid about what really happened between you and the BCCI. Surely it's not just about money. There's something else which went wrong between you and the BCCI.
It is really very unfortunate, sad and irritating and disgusting. You see, we are always with a very emotional feeling and attitude in any sports matter, and in the last 13, 14 years, we enjoyed such a good feeling, harmony between BCCI and us, till Mr. Shashank Manoharji was there. And we had no complaint, rather we had all the appreciation. And we always felt that yes, BCCI, we are very together, and together we think for the cricket, together we try to good for the cricket. But after that, it is so disgusting. I tell you, this should not be a sports body. And this sports body should have a real sportsman spirit, the positive mind. There should not be egoistic attitude. I tell you, in this matter, I had a written letter to the president just some time back. I was so surprised. I couldn't get a reply, even acknowledgement I didn't get from him. He didn't think right to give me a few lines. And I tell you, just 2 years back, when this was the situation, we withdrew. And he came, whereas I had asked him on phone to take care, but he refused. But then he had to come, and he came. And there was an understanding, there was MOU kind of a thing, there were signatures that yes, we'll sit and everything should be sorted out properly. We always believe in that, and I strongly believe if open mind.
So what, Mr. Roy, what about the clash of egos? What was the clash of egos between you and Mr. Srinivasan about? I mean, and why, Mr. Subrata Roy, should Indian cricket suffer? Should a tournament suffer? Should other players suffer just because Subrata Roy Sahara and Mr. Srinivasan are having an ego battle?
I can assure you, Arnav bhai, I can tell you, I'm really not victim of any ego or anything of that sort. But one thing is not possible also by me. One should be at least civil, at least minimum courtesy should be there. You will not reply. I remember when last time I was talking to him, please interfere into the matter. I'm sorry I'm disturbing you. His reply was, I'm busy with my grandchild. I can't do anything. And I have a team. Why should you have the team then? And you are the president also. Whom I should go? And then he just didn't give any hit to that discussion. This is not the way. This is not the sports body to promote sports.
No, but why now? No, why in the middle of a tournament? In the middle of a tournament, you pull out your team. Now that is a big decision, Mr. Roy.
No, I didn't pull out.
That's a big decision, Mr. Roy. Why would you? My question to you is about the timing of your decision. You may have a background to the timing. It may be a result of what has happened before, but the fact is you pulled out Pune Warriors in the middle of an IPL tournament.
No. Actually, what happened, we were trying our best last 2 years to get the arbitration done. It was not happening. My legal department said the best thing to give them a lesson or give them a pressure and they will sit on the table. If you just withdraw after they start the tournament, just day after start the tournament, it will be a real problem for them. I said, no, I'll never do that. It's a very, very unsporting. It will be a nasty thing. I didn't do that. Then I was in Delhi. I talked to Mr. Rajiv Shukla. Okay, Rajiv, this is not the right thing happening. I'm ready to amicably come out. But you either you take the money, that 120 crores, or decide it. Then he said, okay, give me time and I will come back to you. I then again chased him. He said, let me come back to you. And I said that there's a bank guarantee. Well, be sure about it, that will not be encashed unless we finalize the thing. I said, okay, fine.
No, no, that's your version. That's your version, Mr. Roy. The fact of the matter is that Sahara defaulted on payment, and the BCCI technically was allow me to complete, was well within its rights to encash the bank guarantee. BCCI claims that there are 2 letters sent to you on April 12th and April 24th, 2013 respectively to settle a payment. They say it is not us. It is Subrata Roy Sahara who did not comply. In fact, BCCI Vice President Niranjan Shah doubted your commitment to the IPL and was quoted as having saying that your IPL related problems could be a result of your reported financial problems. This is what they said.
I can tell you one thing. We have never defaulted in last 13, 14 years, never. And this time also there was no question of default. You please ask Mr. Rajesh Shukla this question. Why did he commit it to me that no, you need not think for the bank guarantee? I said, no, you take money from me, but you have to take a decision. You have to settle the thing. If you can't go for arbitration, I'm not going to force you for this. Then amicably, let us come out of it. Because when we took this franchisee, we were given 94 matches. Our total calculation was on 94 matches, revenue calculation. That's why we had quoted so much of price. And then we got 64. So after that, we are after them. And then Mr. Rajesh Shukla last time when I was released said, don't worry, it will not be encashed. And I said, Rajeshji, please do it fast. I don't want, because in 13, 14 years, you have never got a chance to get any such situation that timely payment was not made.
No, you are not revealing something.
What?
Mr. Subrata Roy, I feel that you are not revealing. You are saying something, but you are not giving me the whole story. Because while snapping ties with the BCCI in February 2012 at a press conference, you said, and I quote you, any relationship does not break on one single issue only. It has to do with many issues and has happened continuously.
Yes.
Now, taking it ahead from there, Mr. Subrata Roy, what are the multiple issues that forced you to snap your relations with the BCCI this time around?
You have to understand one thing. I tried to convince him on phone, he didn't listen, Mr. Srinivasan. Then when there was a pressure, I withdraw. Then he came to Bombay, he sat with me for 2 hours and he committed. We wait under signature and he broke all the commitments. He didn't give any heed to it. He never listened me. He never replied me later. It's a minimum thing. What a sports body it is. I'm sorry to say, such person should not head a sports body. And that too, such an important sports body. Such an sports, important in the country, the most important sports body. This is not the way. There should be minimum culture. And one should have... Hello.
Yes.
And one should one should have this feeling for the cricket, that if we are in the cricket with all our emotion, he should reciprocate. He is with lots of...
So your problem is not with your problem is not with the BCCI. It's clear to me that your problem is with Mr. Srinivasan. Mr. Subrata Roy Sahara, would you tell me today that with yet another low in your relationship with Mr. Srinivasan, are your differences reaching the point where you will consider withdrawing sponsorship to the Indian team?
Because this way one cannot be with anybody, with that body. Yes, I can tell you, if Sahara does something wrong, it is on me as a chief. And if BCCI is doing something wrong, it is on him. He has to think. And he never thinks. He never gives any minimum importance to the sponsor, minimum importance to the franchisee. I tell you, we are sponsored last 14 years and we don't get a reply of later. And even think of a situation. Our bank guarantee was, it would have been encashed by 2nd May. It was expiring on 2nd May. See how tricky they were. How tricky they were. They just waited up to the last match of ours, 19th. And 20th, the man was sitting on the bank and on the head of the manager, if you don't make the payment, we'll sue you tomorrow in the court. Is it the way? Is this sports body? Nobody does this. Even business, nobody does it like that. And I'm waiting for the reply from Mr. Rajiv Shukla. Bhai, you have to tell me 3 things I said. Please, either you reduce the price, go for the arbitration immediately, which you are not doing. And if you cannot do it, amicably, I want to get out of it. And he said,
Mr. Roy,
but I don't.
Mr. Roy, you're not answering my question. My question is very straightforward to you. My question to you is that I get a feeling that your continued sponsorship to the Indian team depends upon whether Srinivasan is there or somebody else is there. Till Srinivasan is there, you will not support. You will not continue this association beyond December 2013. Am I correct?
I will say yes to it. I will say yes to it. I will definitely say yes to it.
You'd say yes to it?
Yeah, I would say yes.
So no, this is category. So what you're saying is, So let's be very straightforward. I don't like to beat around the bush, Mr. Srinivasan, Mr. Roy.
Even I'm not.
And you don't either.
Even I'm not bushing around the.
Yeah. So
I'm not.
So let me ask you again. What you're saying is, if Srinivasan continues as BCCI chief, you will withdraw your sponsorship.
I don't know what is there inside him, what strategy he has, what interest he has, I don't know. But I'm not going to blame anybody, even not Mr. Rajiv Shukla. He's a nice human being, Mr. Rajiv Shukla. And when I called him second time, he said, I am not yet could get a chance to contact Mr. Srinivasan. I could not talk to Mr. Srinivasan. Let me talk to him. I come back to you. I'm sure he could not, or he could not get the right response, and so he didn't reply me. He didn't try to call me, probably out of embarrassment or whatever. But it is, yes, everything is revolved around Mr. Singh. I wonder one thing, that for disciplinary committee, he is the chairman, and he is owning a team. And the rule says that...
Well, why didn't you speak till now? No, why didn't you, Mr. Subrata Roy? Mr. Subrata Roy, listen, 6 seasons of the Indian Premier League. You continue participation, you launch a team. When you launch the Pune Warriors, when you may take in Yuvraj into your team, when Saurav Ganguly is playing for you, through that entire period of time, did Subrata Roy Sahara not know about the potential conflict of interest which was happening, or did Subrata Roy Sahara stay quiet because his problems with Mr. Srinivasan had not reached a terrible point?
No, it is not Subrata Srinivasan. He's probably chairman of Sahara and the chief of the BCCI, because I met him only once, and I had a talk with him only once. I have sent 2-3 letters maybe, but not beyond that. So I will not say anything on that way. But yes, BCCI chief, he doesn't know how to run it. Sorry to say that. He doesn't know how to give minimum.
If he goes,
minimum due, he doesn't know.
If he goes and if he goes and someone else takes over, then you would like to continue your sponsorship to the Indian team. Am I correct?
Sponsorship I continued last time when they entered into the MOU that everything will be settled, arbitrator will be appointed, and injustice which has been done to you between 94 matches and 64 matches, it will be taken care of. He was sitting in my hotel for 2 hours and he said everything to me. Now the statement is coming, it was a private discussion. Come on, 2 chiefs are talking, it is a private discussion. How can you say that? Can I say it was a private discussion? Because it's not suiting me. This is very...
But you're sponsoring, Mr. Roy. Mr. Roy, you know what people will ask you today? You are sponsoring the Indian cricket team. You are not sponsoring Mr. Srinivasan. So why are you linking your sponsorship to Mr. Srinivasan?
With this system, the way we have faced, we have been ridiculed or whatever bad feeling all along, as if we are nothing in cricket. Because, believe me, we are treated like as if we are nothing in the cricket. Not a single simple thing they hear. Just think of a situation, 14 years, not we have defaulted once in our payment. And just 19, the match was over, and 20th one, the man was there in the bank. Why didn't he reach on second? Because had he gone for second, then they were worried that if we draw, then it will disturb the tournament. What is this attitude? Is it the way? Is it even people does nasty business doesn't react like this, doesn't act like this?
You've been in touch with other franchise owners in the IPL, I'm sure. What do they think?
I'm not.
None of them speak out. None of them have spoken out against Mr. Srinivasan.
I can't say about them. I've never discussed with them on this. I didn't get a chance to discuss with them on this. But I'm sure, as I hear, that one complaint I've heard, that this BCCI never hear the franchisee. They treat franchisee as the money giver institution. That's all they do. But Arnabji,
have you, Mr. Yes, go on, continue, please. Sorry.
I will put something in your mind. I'm a very law-abiding person, and I believe that anybody has done wrong, whether me or anybody on this earth, should be severely. The situation should be punished. Action should be taken. The law says that if a franchisee owner is involved in the betting, that should be immediately scrapped. Why is it not happening?
Where's the proof? Where's the proof?
Huh?
Where's the proof?
But that one thing has come, what I've read in the newspaper, the betting was done by them. Betting. It is not brokering. If I do betting, I decide team. I can change bowlers, I can change batsmen, I can do any planning to lose or to win, or at least to lose. And I'm doing the betting. What right I have to be in the tournament? What right that team has to be in the tournament? But I don't.
Mr. Subrata Roy Sahara statement, which I'll tell you.
Huh?
No, I'll tell you. Mr. Subrata Roy Sahara, a statement which has been issued. I don't know if you know, a statement which has been issued by, I think Chennai Super Kings says very clearly that that Mr. Guru Nath is neither the owner nor the CEO, and we had been hearing he's something called the team principal. He's not even the team principal. They say he's only one of the honorary members of some management committee of the Chennai Super Kings. In other words, you are making a point, but there is an attempt by Mr. Srinivasan to distance his son-in-law from the Chennai Super Kings team.
But beyond that, I can't say. You have to understand, the people have to understand, the police has to understand, the administrators have to understand. As a person, I read the newspaper, I just thought that if I as an owner, I'm betting, say if I'm betting, whether even, I'll not say that, even my son is betting, say for example, then he is also wrong, na? Think of it. Because we can manipulate, we can change the team, we can do whatever we want. So if the law can catch hold of the people are going under arrest, etc. I'm not saying arrest. I'm not the person to talk all this or to conclude on these type of discussion. But
okay.
But it should something should be taken seriously, because I think the man is this.
Just one question, Mr. Subrata Roy. I think the most important question is something I need to put to you, which is that you did not withdraw support over the fixing controversy. You withdrew support following the manner in which Mr. Srinivasan was dealing with you, the manner in which the BCCI was behaving with you. So you withdrew over the manner in which two corporate bodies were dealing with each other. You felt it was inappropriate, rude, not right, etc. My question to you, Mr. Subrata Roy, is this. What about fixing? If you feel so strongly about betting and fixing, Mr. Subrata Roy, last year, let us not forget, a Pune Warriors player was caught in the India TV sting. In fact, it was in that very sting that one of the players even said that franchisees pay black money. What action did you take following the expose except suspending the player?
No.
Did you investigate the matter any further?
It is totally, it was not right. To my knowledge, it was totally not right. Two of the players were in the club and they were probably having some alcohol yesterday, last time. Something I had heard. Nothing like that. No, what he was saying is nowhere right. Black money is, Sahara is one company, can challenge, do not believe, do not practice, do not act, never have done anything black money business. That is my accounts department and everything. They have all the problems because I never allow anybody to do that. We are into real estate. We have sold maybe millions and millions, not a rupee of black money. No, we don't do that. I'm not saying that. But the point is, it should be fair, and you understand, cricket is like an emotion in this country. And if you allow me, I would like to say something here on the sports, that sports bodies, essentially, the people who command sports body, national federation, should be basically high-level, high-standard player. He should be player. I remember I had a talk this with our Honorable Prime Minister, then Atalji. Then I had convinced him, Atalji, at least national federation, this should be commanded by selective. You have to select out of the national players who has represented the country for years. It is so much in them. Sports is so much in them. They will be always with the sporting spirit. He was so convinced, but somehow he instructed it could not happen. But still I will request, and you are a person, you can really put it forward, that a rule should be made that National Federation should be headed, should be taken care of by the people who have played for the nation. Of course, mental faculty has to be selected. Out of them, you have to select the right ones, seeing the mental faculties. If it is a state level, let the state player should be there. I'm not saying others should not be there, but domination should be.
But what are you saying? No, if going by what you are saying, Mr. Subrata Roy, 95% of the BCCI board members will not be in the BCCI because they've never played. Many of them may never even have held a cricket bat in their life.
I said majority.
So that's not a...
Majority control should be by the players. That's what I'm trying to say.
Majority controlled by players?
Because...
who controls the players?
Because maybe finance cannot be controlled by players, maybe. Those things have to be taken care of. But I'm not saying cricket only. I'm saying the entire sports in the country. Entire sports should take it seriously, and they should make rule for it. And a strict rule should be.
It's an interesting thought, but I feel, Mr. Subrata Roy, that what is of critical importance is what you have said. That you will not continue to sponsor the Indian cricket team if Srinivasan continues. But if Srinivasan does not continue, then you're open to the idea.
If the BCCI comes out so bright, what it was, believe me, we enjoyed such a good respect, recognition, harmony with BCCI right from the beginning up to the time when the president was Mr. Shashank Manohar. Believe me, we are so happy. And even I will remind.
Is it possible? Now, is it possible? Mr. Subrata Roy, I as a journalist, as you know, journalists have one bad habit, which is conspiracy theories. Now, one conspiracy theory is, in my mind, which is coming to my mind, is that all the people who have an axe to grind against Mr. Srinivasan are shooting over Subrata Roy's shoulder. Am I correct?
No, please come again.
The people who don't like Srinivasan, who have a problem with Srinivasan, who have an axe to grind with Srinivasan, are shooting over your shoulder.
Maybe I do not know this politics. I am busy 20 hours in my own work, so I do not know. You may be right. But I have no clue to say anything on this because I don't know. I don't think, but I don't know. But what you were saying may be right. Maybe somebody is doing like that. I do not know, but it is not that right. One should not do that also. It should be very straight, open, face to face.
Well, Mr. Subrata Roy Sahara, it's a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you.
Here on Times Now. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.